Okay. Hi everyone, my name's Liv. It's nice to meet you virtually today. I'm here as an intercalating medical student to talk about my student life at Exeter University. I hope you find it interesting and I hope it's useful to you. Okay, so I thought it'd be good to start with where I've been over the last 5 years. So I'm originally from the West Midlands, from near Birmingham. Years 1 and 2 I then spent down in Exeter at the St Luke's campus. Years 3 and 4 I went even further away from home to Truro, which is the capital of Cornwall, a really lovely county at the very south of England. My intercalated year, which is what I'm on at the moment, I'm doing a Masters in Clinical Education, again back at the St Luke's campus living in Exeter. And then my final year I'll be split between the Royal Devon and Exeter, and I'll be living in Exeter, and I'll also spend some time up in North Devon. Barnstable, so on the coast again. So for my first years I was at St Luke's in Exeter, which is that campus that you can see on the right hand side of the page. As an Exeter student, you're part of the University of Exeter Students Guild, which means there's over 250 societies for you to join, which is a huge amount, so I'm sure you'll find something to do. Ones that I enjoyed in my first 2 years were debating, body sock and first aid society, where I volunteered with St John Ambulance. There's also some specific medicine societies, so for all the specialities, for example GP SOC, who would run placements in that speciality, and also some teaching and some talks from people in that speciality. There's also some slightly more wacky ones like Exeter Wilderness and Expedition Medicine Society, who run simulations of first aid scenarios or the like down up on Dartmoor, which is amazing. In terms of sports, we've got the Medic Sports Clubs in Exeter. So that picture that you can see there is Flamingos, the hockey team. There's also rugby, football and netball. All of those are medics ones, but you can also get involved in the university sport. There's some really high level competitive sport going on here, and because as a medic you've got Wednesday afternoons of protected time, or at least I have had done, you're able to get involved with all that uni sport. Just below is to remind me to talk about volunteering opportunities. So we've got Teddy Bear Hospital, we've got Marrow, which is what you can see there, the student branch of Auntie Nolan. I've also taught in schools, teaching first aid and things for National Pathology Week, so loads of different opportunities. In terms of Exeter as a city to live in, there's loads of really lovely places to go and eat, and places to go out at night if you fancy that. You can see us on a club night there and us with a Firehouse Pizza. Just at the bottom there is a photo of the quay, a really lovely space to go walk around, go with mates. You could bike down there, down along the river. You can also canoe on the river, eat pizza, and there's a climbing centre, so loads to do down there. So years 3 and 4 in Truro. It's a very different environment to being in Exeter, but really good fun. You see, not on the coast, but there's loads of lovely beaches there. In terms of sports in Truro, we've got the mixed netball team, which is really good fun and play once a week. There's also a surf club that some friends set up down there, which is a great opportunity to learn how to surf. Lots of volunteering as well, so volunteering with the Wave Project, etc. That photo on the very far right is the Minack Theatre, which is an outdoor theatre in Cornwall, which is a really lovely environment. And then down at the bottom is just some celebrations. So we had a big end of 4th year party, so that's all the people in my year down in Truro, along with some of the staff. We had a nice party in a restaurant on the coast. And just on the left there, so although in Truro there feels like there's maybe fewer things to do in terms of going out, there's a lot of things that people end up doing within their houses. So house parties, meals together, celebrations, and obviously you've got the whole of Cornwall to explore as well, like you can see in those other photos. The 2 photos I haven't talked about yet are me as a first responder. The first is a Reading Festival, and well done to anyone that guessed that was a pyramid stage at Glastonbury or spotted that. So with both of those I've been and volunteered as a first responder with Festival Medical Services, and that was after I'd received the Dean's Fund from the medical school, which was some money to put towards the training. I was really thankful for that and a great opportunity to get involved in. So next up we've got MedSoc. So MedSoc is the Medicine Society. They're there to make medicine a really inclusive environment, provide lots of fun for everybody, some teaching sessions, look after people's well-being, and provide some celebrations. So you can see that very first photo is everybody in my year dressed up at the end of first year, when we had our marriage social. So in first year when you come, you get given parents in the year above. So 2 second years or 3 second years sometimes, who are going to look after you and your siblings throughout that first year, but especially during the first weeks and months. They might be doing teachers, they might do meals. They're really just a friendly face in the year above and someone to ask questions to. It's a really great supportive environment. You can see that we've got the rugby team there, the Squirrels. Every year they have a match against the Marines. They don't normally win, but it is quite good fun to go to. And then we've got some balls as well. So we had a ball at the Eden Project. The bottom picture is taken at Rowancroft, which is one of the accommodations that a lot of first years choose to stay in. And the other photo is halfway ball, so halfway through third year to celebrate getting halfway through that medicine degree at Plymouth Aquarium. Okay, so just a little bit about indicating what I've been up to this year. So in that first photo, that's Welcome Team, which is a group of student volunteers which I was part of this year, who welcome the first years and really everybody during that very first week back at uni, which is called Freshers Week. They help freshers, they help first years move into their halls and their accommodation. So lots of box carrying into rooms, making sure you get in the right room. They're also around during the day as somebody to point you in the right direction, to ask questions to make sure you've got the support and help you need. And they're also there on nights out to make sure everyone's getting home safe, everyone's okay in the clubs in Exeter, people aren't alone, that sort of thing. That's a really lovely supportive environment to start off that very first week at university. Next photo is just to remind you there's lots of nice places in Exeter to go to too. So that's at Killerton, which is about a 10-minute drive from Exeter. Next photo is, I always get asked if you can have a job and be a medical student at the same time. The answer is definitely yes. I've worked every single year whilst I've been at med school, doing part-time jobs throughout term with varying numbers of hours, but I've always had a part-time job. I've also worked during my summers and during my holidays. So that's me on top of a very big tower at NCS, which I worked on this summer. That next photo, how to take a psychiatric history, is a teaching session I gave to first and second years this year. So that's really that supportive environment of your near peers teaching you. Lots of the societies organise teachers from older students, from junior doctors, from a range of different people about careers, but also sort of practical skills to help you learn the huge topic that is medicine. And that very last photo is really just to celebrate the fact that some of our fifth year students decided to graduate early last week. That's me and my flatmate. We're both stuck in Exeter for lockdown, so we had a little DIY graduation ceremony. So there's loads of different opportunities. Hopefully I'll be graduating, maybe not this time next year, but in August of next year, for you to get involved in. Thank you very much. I hope that's been useful. That's given you a taste of what my student life has been like as an Exeter Med student. And really that's quite similar to a lot of people's, but obviously everyone's is slightly different. If you've got any questions at all, please just ask them on the portal. I'll be there and there'll be some others there as well to help you out. Okay, thanks and enjoy the rest of your day.